Good afternoon, and welcome to the Spring 2019 Baccalaureate Commencement Exercises for the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication, and the Fred DeMatteis School of Engineering and Applied Science. We begin our program with the invocation delivered by Father Joseph Scalera from the University's Board of Chaplains, followed by the national anthem and our alma mater led by Courtney Lee Cox, class of 2019. The words to the alma mater on the inside front cover of your program. Will everyone please stand?
Good and gracious God, Master of the universe, Creator of all that is good, Lord, from whom we have all things and by whom we have been so greatly blessed, we give you thanks for the many blessings you have bestowed upon us, the blessing of this beautiful day, the blessing of the family and friends who gather here with us, the blessing of these graduates who have accomplished so much to reach this moment, the support of so many, but by your grace above all. We give you thanks for each moment of their time here at Hofstra, for all they have learned, all they have experienced, the friends they have made, and the many ways they have grown. We ask you to look down and bless them as they go forth today into the world. We pray that all their days they may keep you ever at the center of their lives, knowing that it is through you alone that wisdom dispels ignorance, through you alone that light shines in the darkness, through you alone truth casts out deceit, and through you alone love conquers hatred. May they always trust your gracious will in both the challenges they face and the joys they experience. May they have a spirit of gratitude in every moment and strive eagerly above all to please you, from whom they seek that most beautiful gift of life eternal. We ask you to bless all of us gathered here. We ask all of this in your most holy name. Amen.
What's
Please be seated. I now have the pleasure of making some very special introductions, beginning with the Board of Trustees Vice Chair Donald Sutherland, as well as Trustee and Graduate Stella Mendez and Trustee Arthur J. Kramer. I have some other very special introductions to make. Robert Brinkman, the Vice Provost for Scholarship and Research, Cornell Craig, the Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer, Warren G. Frazina, the Dean of Hofstra University Honors College, Kathleen Gallo, the Dean of the Hofstra Northwell School of Graduate Nursing and Physician Assistant Studies, Mark Lukashevitz, the Dean of the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication, Gail Prudenti, the Dean of the Maurice A. Dean School of Law, Sina Rabbani, the Dean of the Fred DeMatteis School of Engineering and Applied Science, Benjamin Rifkin, the Dean of Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, Holly J. Sarup, the Dean of the School of Health Professions and Human Services, Terry Shapiro, the Senior Vice Provost for Academic Affairs, K.G. Viswanathan, the Vice Dean of the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, representing the faculty leadership of Hofstra University, our Speaker of the Faculty, Stuart Bass, and the Chair of our Senate Planning and Budget Committee, William Caniano, representing the alumni of Hofstra University, Secretary of the Hofstra Alumni Organization, Michael Sorrentino, class of 2005. We are also joined today by Hofstra's Vice Presidents, who I'm pleased to introduce as a group, and of course, the one person on our campus who needs no introduction, the President of Hofstra University, President Stuart Rabinowitz.
You look fantastic, you really do. It's a beautiful class. Members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, administration, distinguished guests, but by far most importantly, members of the class of 2019 and your proud family and friends, it's my privilege to welcome you all to these commencement exercises. Now, contrary to the expectations of some of you, I will not be trying to use this occasion to reveal to you the secret of happiness and the secret of contentment. I would, after all the tuition you paid, if I could, but alas, I cannot. But it's not that I am an unhappy person. In fact, I am very happy. After all, I am now beginning my 19th year as president of a great university which has the absolutely best college students in the nation. And on a personal level, I'm ecstatic that after all the years of waiting, anxiety, frustration, and anticipation, my wife Nancy and I have finally become grandparents. Now, why is that relevant? By the way, his name is Jack Benjamin Rabinowitz. Why? And he's 2.5 years old. Why is that relevant? It's relevant because Jack is, like every one of our graduates, gifted and good-looking. However, other than grandchildren, I have come to realize the secret of happiness is different for each of us, and that we have to discover our own path to fulfillment based on what's inside of us. As to giving you advice on other significant life issues, I will leave that task to our incredibly well-qualified commencement speaker. I will, however, offer you some very, very modest advice on what you might do this evening and tonight. My first suggestion is that you hug and thank your parents, friends, relatives, and anyone else who has helped you along the way reach what is truly a monumental moment in your lives. And please, I urge you to do that, unlike my own children, I urge you to do that in person and not by text or Snapbook or Face Chat or Instagram or one of those things. Face to face, face to face. Secondly, I suggest that you express your appreciation to the members of the Hofstra faculty who most inspired you while you were here, and to the administrators and staff who made your journey here a bit easier. Our faculty, our administration, and our staff have made the education of young people our calling and not just our jobs. I can't exaggerate how an expression of appreciation from a graduate is inspiring to us and validates everything we do. And lastly, before you take the next phase in your journey through life, you could at least take a little time today to party. Responsibly, of course, without a single mention of politics. And if you plan this properly, you'll still be able to watch Who Ascends the Throne at 9:30 tonight. You might have to explain that to your grandparents who are sitting in the audience. So our commencement ceremony is a celebration, and we're here to celebrate the accomplishments and hard work of the graduates and the sacrifices that we all know have been made on their behalf by family and friends. And we also celebrate the many future exciting options and opportunities that all the work and all those sacrifices have afforded to the graduates. Because today, you will acquire one of the very, very rare assets in life which never, ever will depreciate in value. Even Mercedes depreciates in value. But your Hofstra degree will never depreciate in value. Indeed, we are confident that your degrees will surely increase in value throughout your careers. And we promise you right now that we will continue to do everything in our power to enhance the stature and reputation of this university and thus the value of your degree. And so, by far, my most important message to our graduates is a simple one. You have earned our congratulations and our admiration. You have worked hard, you have learned well, and you are ready to make your mark on the world, which desperately needs your marks on the world. We take pride in your accomplishments, and so should you. So I will conclude these brief remarks, as I have for the past umpteen years as president, by wishing each of you, our graduates, well. I wish you all the success you think you need, and all that your work and ability earn for you. I wish you the perspective to forgive yourself and learn from the mistakes, because mistakes are inevitable. I wish you the courage and good fortune to someday find a life's work about which you feel passionate, rather than settling for one which neither challenges nor fulfills you. I wish you experienced the very special sense of satisfaction and indeed self-worth that I have found comes only from using some of your talent and some of your energy to help those who are in need. I wish you the wisdom not to forego the love of your family and your friends in some mindless pursuit of material success. And lastly, and this may be the most difficult to keep, I wish that you not become so preoccupied with achieving some cherished goal on some faraway date that you fail to appreciate something in each and every day of your life. The class of 2019 leaves here with our admiration and frankly with our affection. You've been a great class. We have enjoyed teaching you, and indeed we have learned a lot from you. We hope that you will maintain your ties to your classmates and of course to your alma mater, because from this day forward, your accomplishments will always be the most important driver of the reputation of the true value of a Hofstra education. Know that you will always be an important member of the Hofstra University community, and that the Hofstra University will always welcome you back home. On behalf of the faculty and the administration and the staff, I extend to each of you our heartiest congratulations and warmest wishes for your future success. Thank you very much. It's now my privilege to ask to come to the podium one of our longstanding and valuable trustees, Trustee Jerry Kramer, to introduce his candidate for an honorary degree.
Thank you, President Rabinowitz. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'd like to congratulate the class of 2019, not only on your graduation, but also to welcome your families and friends who are here today who are going to celebrate your academic achievements. I know what a meaningful day it is to you, and I can feel the pride that resonates in this room today from your parents and friends who are so proud of what you've accomplished and what lies ahead for you. To those of you who have never visited this campus and others who have for special events, please spread the word that Hofstra University is a world-class university. Under the leadership of President Rabinowitz, under the leadership of our wonderful faculty and administration, and the hardworking people who wear and bear the emblem of Hofstra University, they've helped make it into the great institution that it is. I want to assure you too of one other thing as a trustee, and all of us who are members of the board spend our time being concerned about your future and the offerings that you've been given. I want to assure you that the Hofstra family is going to be there for as long as you go forward and to whatever the next stage of your life is. In turn, we have an ask, and that is that you act as goodwill ambassadors who will encourage future students to be part of this wonderful university. I have a special honor that I'm very pleased to take part in today. We're living in a very fast-paced and dangerous world. Our democracy is constantly under challenge, and without the media that brings you the news 24 hours a day, often under dangerous conditions, we would all be the losers. I consider it a special honor and privilege to welcome a personal friend, Wolf Blitzer, CNN's lead political anchor, 28 record-breaking years on the Situation Room of Wolf Blitzer. Years at CNN have made him one of America's most recognizable media figures. I can attest to one incident years ago in an elevator in Budapest, Hungary, where there were 15 people on the elevator, and we joined, and Wolf Blitzer got on the elevator, and all I could hear was this low murmur of Wolf, Wolf, Wolf. I thought I was at a sports rally somewhere around the world because of the enthusiasm on recognizing the contributions of Wolf Blitzer. He's been a key part of CNN's coverage of numerous national elections. I'm sure you've seen him as a moderator of the presidential debates, as a moderator of the Democratic primary debates. He's participated directly in the inaugurations of President Barack Obama and George W. Bush. But by the way, he's not a stranger to the Hofstra campus. Aside from the fact that he spoke here as far back as 2012, he's been here as an anchor for most of the presidential debates. So he's a familiar face on Hofstra campus. In addition to his coverage of politics, he's had a major role in international reporting. In 2010, he was granted rare access to the North Korean government. He has interviewed numerous world leaders, U.S. presidents, foreign leaders, and the Dalai Lama. He has received numerous awards and honors: the National Press Foundation Award for Excellence in Broadcast Journalism, the Distinguished Urbano Award from the Italian government, the First Amendment Award from the Radio and Television Digital News Foundation, and the Jefferson Lincoln Award from the Panetta Institute. For public policy, he's earned an Emmy for his part of the team coverage of the revolution in Egypt. Of all the titles and honors that Wolf has gotten in his lifetime, I believe there's none more significant than the honor of being called Grandpa. I now invite our candidate for an honorary degree, Wolf Blitzer, to step forward, along with President Rabinowitz and Provost Berliner, to confer the degree.
Good job, Gary.
Mr. President, for Wolf Blitzer's distinguished career in journalism, it's my honor to present him as a candidate for Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
It's not really official until he gets the presidential blessing, which I'm about to give here. Wolf, for your work as a journalist, you've increased public understanding of the events of our world tremendously. For all of that and for your incredibly distinguished accomplishments, I am honored to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Quite an honor, and I'm grateful to all of you. Now that I have an honorary degree, you better show me some greater respect. I want to thank my friend Jerry Kramer for that really beautiful and warm introduction. It means so much. I've known him for many years, and I'm grateful to him, grateful to his wife Susan, grateful to the whole family for simply being my friends, our friends. And I'm certainly grateful to this university for giving me this huge honor. You are blessed with a truly amazing president. Let's give President Rabinowitz a huge round of applause. Such a huge honor for me to be here today with all of you, the students, the graduates. It's an especially big deal for me, a political journalist, because of the role Hofstra has played in American politics over the years. As I'm sure you know, Hofstra is the only university to host 3 consecutive presidential debates, and they were really significant. In fact, the last time I was here on campus was in September of 2016 to cover the first presidential debate between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton right here in the Mack, and many of you probably remember that. So it's good to be back here today under what I guess you could say are a little less stressful circumstances. And if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm Wolf Blitzer. And at least for the next few minutes, you're in the Situation Room. I often joke that whatever room I'm in, there's a situation. And this is truly a wonderful situation for me to be in today, to be here with all of you. So I'm really grateful to all of you for being here. I guess we say roll pride, is that right? Not really. Roll. Good. Congratulations, first of all, to the class of 2019 on all you have accomplished. You've survived the all-nighters, the deadlines, and the exams. You spent your time in the library and probably a few nights hanging at the Catch, right? Did I get that right? Yeah. I've done some research. You've befriended classmates and perhaps a few of those Hofstra cats on the quad. Right? Bad research. It's been a long journey for all of you, but you've made it. Almost made it. I'm now the only thing that stands really between you and calling yourself a Hofstra alum. So I'll try to make this, your last college lecture, relatively brief. There will be a quiz at the end. Before I begin, I think it's necessary to take a few moments to thank and congratulate a few other people who are here today. First of all, to your professors, your teaching assistants, your administrators, as well as to everyone else who works here at Hofstra, a truly great university. They were here with you, helping you, teaching you, guiding you, and they deserve your praise, and I think they also deserve a big round of applause. Most importantly, congratulations to your parents, your extended families, your spouses, and your siblings. They've sacrificed to get you here, they've supported you, and they love you. They deserve credit for the fact that you've arrived at this milestone, and they deserve your thanks. In fact, let's take a moment to give them a big round of applause as well. You would not be where you are today if it weren't for your parents. And I would not be here where I am today had it not been for my parents. In fact, as I was thinking about what I wanted to share with you today, I kept coming back to some simple lessons my parents taught me, guiding principles that I've carried with me throughout my life and which I hope will be of some use for you as you guys begin your next chapter. First, my father always believed you should do what you love and love what you do. Don't worry, you don't have to have that figured out right now. You might find this hard to believe, but I was not born a television news anchor. I went through a lot of jobs before I figured out what I really wanted to do with my life. I remember my first job while I was still in college. I was a valet, parking cars at the Laurels Hotel and Country Club in upstate New York. But I dreamed bigger that summer. I worked all summer hoping for a promotion to the coveted job of bellhop. But I didn't make the cut. So I took the few skills I learned that summer and became, what else? A yellow cab driver. And well, that job didn't work out either. I think riders weren't too happy when I announced, "I'm Wolf Blitzer, and you're in the yellow cab." I even sold Electrolux vacuum cleaners one summer. Imagine opening your door to find me announcing, "Breaking news, your carpets are dirty." I think I was a pretty good Electrolux salesman, but I knew that too was not my calling. And by the time I was a senior at the State University of New York at Buffalo, I still didn't know what I really wanted to do with my life. So I did the only practical thing. I enrolled in graduate school. I'm sure many of you can probably relate to that. I'm sure the idea of leaving Hempstead without knowing exactly what you want to do or if you'll succeed at it is a bit daunting and a little scary. It's okay. It may take you a while to find your calling. Be willing to try new things. Don't assume you have to follow a set path. I didn't know I wanted to be a reporter when I graduated from college. And it was only right after my final year of graduate school, studying international relations, that a professor suggested I apply for a job as a reporter with the Reuters news agency. It was something I had never even considered. I had no training as a reporter. I hadn't studied journalism, but I applied to Reuters anyway, and somehow they decided to take a chance on me. It was very hard at first. I really didn't know what I was doing, and my bosses hazed me. They complained all the time. But I knew instantly that I truly loved it. And your life won't be just about your job. Remember this. It shouldn't be. If you're lucky, it would be filled with family and friends and maybe children. But chances are, and remember this, you will spend the better part of your life at work. So if you can find a job that you love, it won't feel like a job. And I still wake up every day excited to go to work at CNN, because truth is, it really doesn't feel like a job. It doesn't feel like work. My dad often told me, when you're young, you work. You play golf when you're old. Let me tell you something. I've never once picked up a golf club because my job makes me feel young, and I wish the same for all of you. Now to lesson number 2 in today's syllabus. I hope you're taking notes. If you ever asked my dad how he enjoyed a business trip or a vacation, he always responded the same way, every single time. He would say to me, "Son, good to go, good to come home." Good to go, good to come home was Dad's way of saying that as much as he enjoyed the adventures of life, as much as he liked to see new places and meet new people, his family was still the center of his world. And that was especially important to my father because he really didn't have much of a family. You see, he and my mother They both lost their parents, their aunts, their uncles. My dad lost most of his siblings during the Holocaust. Mom and Dad were incredibly lucky. They survived the horrors of slave labor camps at the hands of the Nazis, but their families didn't. And when my mom and dad were finally liberated by Allied forces at the end of World War II, they were pretty much alone. They actually met each other on a train after the war as they were searching to find any relatives who may have survived. Instead, they found each other. They fell in love very quickly, they got married, they settled in Germany, and they had my sister, my older sister, and me. Then, when I was just a year old, a very cute year old, I have pictures to back that up, we were lucky enough to get visas to come to the United States. It was part of what was called the Displaced Persons Act of 1945, which passed the House and the Senate, 400,000 visas, a law designed to welcome immigrants to the United States, including many Holocaust survivors. That's right, probably like many of you and your families, we were also immigrants to America. When my mom and dad arrived with 2 children in beautiful Buffalo, New York, they didn't speak English and they had very little money. But the community welcomed them, helped them, and gave them a second chance, and they thrived in America. And they believed in America, in all of it, imperfect as it sometimes can be. They made Buffalo their home, but they also made America their home. So I encourage all of you, go out into the world, find your passion, make your fortune, but never forget your home. It's good to go, but it's also good to come home. Speaking of good to go, I don't want to take too much more of your time, but I do want to share another important lesson with you. My mom and dad always told me that no matter what happened in those Nazi camps, there was one thing that the Nazis could never take away from them. And it's the one thing that can never be taken away from any of you, your education. No one can ever take what you learn away from you. Your education is so valuable, and it is the most important thing you leave here with today. Graduates, you're leaving Hofstra today with a world-class education. The things you learned during your time here will serve you for the rest of your lives. But your education doesn't end today. In fact, it's only just beginning. Some of you are going to go on to graduate school, but for many of you, this may be the last time you step foot on a university campus as a student. That doesn't mean you should ever stop learning. Be curious always. One of the greatest gifts of my job is that I get to learn something every day. Just think about it. I get paid to learn every day. But you don't have to be a journalist to keep learning. You can visit museums, you can travel, go to the library, read newspapers, watch CNN, perhaps the Situation Room between 5 and 7 p.m. Eastern every day, as I do. But don't necessarily believe everything you read, especially on the internet. As you may have heard, there are people, there are countries actively trying to spread false information to affect our elections, to change our views on politicians and policies, to sow dissent here in the United States, and to undermine our democracy. So be curious, but always be skeptical. Just as you did when you wrote a paper here at Hofstra, get your information from multiple legitimate sources, and that doesn't always mean Twitter or Instagram or Facebook. As a journalist, this is especially close to my heart, because right now our legitimacy is under attack at a time when what we do is more important than ever. So I hope you'll let me just take a moment to stand up for my hardworking colleagues at CNN, at newspapers, television networks, everywhere around the world, to stand up for all of you who are graduating, especially with the communications degrees. I understand that reporters like me aren't going to win any popularity contests these days. Many Americans say they don't trust us. The President of the United States calls what we're doing fake news. But let me assure you, facts are facts, and what we do is not fake. And just because someone doesn't like those facts doesn't make them wrong. Too often what we do is being devalued because we are being divided as a country. Voters race to news outlets that cater only to their viewpoints. The president supports one outlet over another, and he calls reporters the enemy of the American people. Let me assure you, we are not the enemy of the American people. We are the American people, and we love the American people. Now, it's okay for a president to criticize the news media. I've covered many presidents. They all like to criticize the news media, which is appropriate and fine. We're certainly used to that. We expect it. But brutally attacking the news media as fake news day after day after day is not fine. The reporters and producers and editors and camera operators who work for CNN and other major news organizations are the sons and daughters of first-generation Americans and fifth-generation Americans. We're the children of bankers and bus drivers like me, home builders. We aren't the president's enemy, and we aren't your enemy. We are you. Which leads me to my final lesson for you, or maybe I should say my final challenge to you. So listen closely. America is depending on you. You are this country's future leaders, maybe presidents sitting here, members of Congress, but also school board members, city council chairs. Our democracy will not survive without all of you. We won't be our best without all of you. And having spent some time here at this beautiful campus at Hofstra University over the years, I know that's a value that this university holds dear. So graduates of the class of 2019, use what you've learned here at Hofstra to do well, but also use what you've learned here at Hofstra to do good. My mom and dad instilled in my sister Helena and me a true love of America. They had an American flag flying outside our home. They voted, they stayed informed. They were the most patriotic people I knew. But these days, being patriotic means even more. It means staying informed and participating in the life of this country. It means volunteering on your block and in your neighborhood, at your church, your synagogue, your mosque, any house of worship, in your community. Class of 2019, as you leave here today, you stand at a crossroads in American history. You'll be responsible for where this country goes, what we do, what we become. I say that not to scare you, but to inspire you. It's truly an awesome responsibility, but I have faith in all of you. So do your parents, so do your professors. So as I wrap this up, your final college lecture, I hope you remember these few simple lessons that I learned from my family and that I'm hoping you will one day share with yours. Find your passion, do what you love, and you will love what you do. It's good to go, but it's good to come home, and never stop learning, because no one can ever take that away from you. Hofstra graduating class of 2019, you've achieved great success so far, but you've only just begun. And I'm confident that you will do even greater things in the years to come. So once again, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Blitzer. Excellence in teaching is our highest priority, and Hofstra University prides itself on the quality of teaching taking place on our campus. It is therefore an enormous honor for someone to be selected as Teacher of the Year. Every year, graduating students select recipients for the singular honor. This afternoon, we are joined by 3 recipients of the Teacher of the Year awards. Alexander Pelez from the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, Alexander Pesch from the Fred DeMatteis School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, and Jingxi Christina Wu from the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication. A round of applause for all of them. Will all the distinguished teachers come forward to be recognized by President Rabinowitz? We are delighted today to recognize alumni from the class of 1969 who are here celebrating the 50th anniversary of their Hofstra graduation. I'm pleased to introduce Michael Sorrentino, class of 2005, Secretary of the Hofstra Alumni Organization, who will recognize these graduates. Michael.
2019, hi! So you guys worked really hard. You and your parents paid a lot of money for tuition. You almost have a degree. That's a ticket. That ticket is to a network, and that's what I'm going to tell you about. Congratulations. It's my pleasure today to welcome you, almost, to the Hofstra University Alumni Association. You're joining a network of more than 136,000 members spread throughout all 50 states and more than 100 countries. I actually got my first internship because of a Hofstra alum. Today, I own a small company, and I actually employ 2 Hofstra alums full-time and several more working on freelance projects. I don't hire them just because of where they went to school. I hire them because I know that when I hire Hofstra, I get quality. And that's what any growing business is built on. In fact, a couple of my biggest clients are Hofstra alums. So listen up. For some of you, your career of students might end today, but you're always going to remain part of our family. For those of you who have graduated before, you have forged paths in virtually every aspect of the working world, and through the use of social media, which you all should know, it will be very easy to stay in touch with your classmates, friends, and the entire alumni body. Be sure to stay involved with the university. I know you're going to be really tied up just starting your career out, but always maintain a connection. Keep that connection with your network of leaders who's going to help you, offer a helping hand and advice. Use our brand to help leverage your career and your future as you've earned it. You have earned it. You worked so hard. We're here to help. Also, it's 2019, so if you can't stay in touch with your classmates through the internet, we might have a bigger problem. Some of you might be moving far away from campus, but your Hofstra connection shouldn't end when you walk away today. Honestly, it is and should be just the beginning. And certainly, one day soon or down the road, when you've achieved all your success, remember to offer your helping hand, time, experience, advice to those who are going to be sitting right where you are right now. We'll keep this legacy alive because Hofstra is a lifelong bond that you're soon going to appreciate. The degree that's soon going to be hung on that office wall is only as valuable as the network you leverage from it. It's a privilege today to have among us another group of Hofstra graduates. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating the members of the class of 1968 who are celebrating the 50th anniversary of their graduation day. Will the members of the class of 1969 please come forward and be recognized by President Rabinowitz? Leslie Abrams. Over here, Marilyn Ames Blask, Bobby Anas, Dorothy Astman Selda, Noel Carroll, Lawrence Charney, Daniel DiStefano, Paul Farinella, Richard Frazier. Michael Gaynor. Robert Greenwood. Stanley Jacobs. Paul Landis. Virginia Madonia Topper. Richard Mancini. Max Marcourt. Susan White Marcourt. Stephen Miller. Stephen Pasternak. William Perry. Carla Price. Richard Roth. Janine Schroyer Clytus. Ellen Smiley. Ronald Travis. Clifford Weidberg and David Zoffer.
And we will expect all of you to come back in 50 years also.
Yeah, I mean, it's inspiring to see graduates of the class of '69 so vigorous and so on. Personally, I won't tell you when I graduated, but it's not that far ago.
Will the candidates for Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Engineering, and Bachelor of Science degrees from the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication, and the Fred DeMatteis School of Engineering and Applied Science please stand? Mr. President, I have the honor to present all the candidates who have successfully completed all the requirements for the baccalaureate degree from their respective school or college. Together with their appropriate dean and the faculty, I recommend that you confer the appropriate baccalaureate degrees upon these candidates.
Graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and the regents of the state of New York, and upon the recommendations of the provost, your deans, and your faculty, I am proud to confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Engineering, or Bachelor of Science as appropriate. Congratulations to each of you.
Will the graduates please come forward to be recognized by President Rabinowitz, Trustee Schaefer, Trustee Kramer, and Trustee Mendez. Sorry about that. Your names will be read by Senior Associate Dean Joya Bales, Senior Associate Dean of Hofstra College, Stephen Costanoble, Assistant Dean for the Lawrence Herbert School, Michelle Roberts, and Associate Dean for the Fred DeMatteis School of Engineering and Applied Science, David Rooney.
Graduates of the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, Jason Levy. Tyler Pizzicini. Nicholas Vivas. Daniel Dubois, Jesse Bluen. Anthony Justra. Virginia Doddles, Melissa Barrios Rodriguez, Aileen Lee, Yucheng He, John Costello, Nicholas Bayassi, Alexander Brown, Parnella Singh, John Gavin, Danielle Chang, Margarita Voltkova, Angelina Mastelos, Nicole Jackson, James Wells, Abad Shami, Andrew Mincher, Elizabeth Kilpatrick, Sarah Weinstein, Christopher Wazechko, Marco Rizza, Alexander Hollander, Danny Levine, Faisal Mumana, Sarah Melek, Emma Riss-Mero, Victoria Unpriarzi, Zizi Wang, Tarek Solomon, Andrew Hastings, Jacob Rosen, Paradiha Vada, Sophia DePietro, Summer Mahmood, Megan Tews, Mariam Peselnik, Julia Mateo, Sophia Papadopoulos, Basil Gordon, David Capodato, Laurie Saunders, Anas Sajad, David Villaka, Josephine Park, Marisol Lynch,
Elena Damasceno Jovanovic, Natalia Dolinsky, Brianna Bruno, Joseph D'Antonio, Max Clipper, Ernest Kutsenko, Laura Villatoro, Andrew Feng, Riona Carruthers, and Angelica Garcia, Alexis Rittweger, Lauren Small, Christine Deanna, Polina Mastutza, Ai Ren, Hao Ren, Zhixuan Zhao, Juyi Yan, Yuanji Zhao, Yu Pu, Tara Falvey, Colleen Smith, Allison Lamb, Hannah Arcabasio, Jan Leitner, Marcus Smith, Danielle Ginatelli, Lauren Senko, Lily Chiagozi, Alexandria Davila, Nicolette Seppi, Bianca Esposito, Justina Indeli, Shakara Fuoco Kandamir, Melissa Montalva, Sarah Coluccio, Amanda Bogue, Rebecca Rosenheck, Kelly Mecca, Sarim Akhtar, Jade Chu, Christopher Abicella, Maria Boggs, Catherine O'Neill, Paige Meehan, Matthew Turkevich, Danielle Secerci, Curtis Bai, Anthony Brito, Anthony Johnson, Brian Rubinaccio, Krishna Nainani, Stephen Castellanos,
Ryan Burkett, Annalise Martin, Connor Burkert, Omar Haddad, Nazar Haddad, Garrett Lambert, Caitlin Shanahan, Griffin Barthan, Francis Cuccias. Brian Philbin. Devin Williams Agyeman. Jacob Dobrynowski. Karosh Leibowitz. Michael Schmidt. Colin McGuire. Daniel Valverde. Ashley Winkle. Alyssa Murphy. Hannah Tioan. Christina Johnson. Angelina Pankin. Alexandra Rachel Wellbrook. Michelle Kaplan. Sarah Catherine Herndon. Lydia Witowski. Daniel Girardi. Tyler Vigiarolo. Matthew Young. William Dersamo. Sean Rausch. Vito Friscia. Gabriella Catone. Kevin O'Connor. Jacob Bufu. Parker Quinn. Caitlin Diaz. Audrey Flint. Cooper Platt. Gabriella Gerber Manning. How you doing? Emily Baskick. Where are you? Oh, okay. Sean Germain. Joshua Kim. Alicia Wixon. Isabel Sasso. Congratulations. Robert Sabella. Francis DeFalco. Sophia Rosado. Kayla Michnott. Rebecca Torvik. Eric Shelley.
Kurt Krogermeyer. Michael Menino. Stephen Locorieri. Emily Jimenez. Weipeng Jin. Xiaoyang Wu. Yonghui Huang. Baoyang Pan. Shuyang Li. Jing Liu. Hong Yu Jin. Gustavo Nascimento. Kartikeya Swarup. Allison Bloom. Marcus Lundqvist. John Januzzi. Natasha Morris. Lindsay Kate Parent. Luke Gentile. Finnegan Powell. Jack Sasson. Hunter Reynolds. Luke Alter. Matthew Pompriand. Rayan Salia. Patrick Mahoney. Mark Coletto. Nicholas Pappas. Louis Tomanelli. Frank Giacalone. Thomas Muhaka. Nikita Pustovoit. Michael Constantine. Robin Ann Henninger. Sean Howes. Nicholas Boyer, Blake Winnick, David Wiener, Nicholas Meyer, Shaliaja Israni, Jacob Fleming, Brandon May, Daniel Frankel, Anthony Pellegrino, Ryan McCallan, Moises Phillipsborn Rosenbach, Jeremy Morris, Jeremy Gaskins, Leifu Guo, Chao Hu, Troy Middleton, Michael Amadio, Janie Gabrielson, Danielle Rowan, Vasiliki Zaharopoulos,
Francesca Scotti, Stephanie Yilmaz, Robert Hickey, Anthony Stefano, Christopher Galante, Austin Natali, Anthony Accardi, Zachary Lamberti, David Morales, Camlin Gravesande, Amanda Sebasta, Brittany Amsler, Sandra Reed, Mia Fabinia, Catherine Tomasina, Laura Hyde, Nikita Patel, Shakira Petta, Aileen Tapia, Jeffrey Rosansky, Timothy Grief, Domenico Scariotto, Pa Ali Cisse, Jonathan Scoop, Denzel White, Arvind Banashah, Mojitaba Toki, Andrea Capiabianco, Adnam Zahid, Jessica Reynolds, Audrey Jones, Tyler Simonton, Daniel Altman, Liam McCall, Armando Gonzalez, Juan Fuentes, Pushkar Datta, Richard Bodro, Sean Randazzo, Jean Marie Starkey, Stephen DeFuglia, Simran Padam, Alexander Heron, Natasha Roosh, Thomas Levin, Sandra Foley, Sidad Caracas, Caitlin Nichols, Michael Chanchuli, John Marzialato,
The graduates of the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication. Frank Scotti, Alexander Poulos, Lauren Riley, Carly Zucker, Andrew Gagnon, Kadeem Adrian, Brianna Nestor, Nadeem Deeb, Kristen Griffith, Brittany Davis, Andrea Davis, Amalia Hendon, Taylor Ritzert, Andy Sahedo, Alexandra Genovese, Stephen Freitag, Tia DeSalvo, Bryn Poley, Jennifer Preshong, Brian Tracy, Gavin Gathers, Max Newman, Philip Wolf, Michael O'Rourke, Jonathan Cooper, Ziad Alzair, Joanna Fogel, Trenton Campbell, Mark Sheehan, Ian Budding, Michael Marty, David Rosen, Christopher Becker, Megan Pullman, Jolie Goldstein, Stephanie Rubino, Lauren Denker, Sarah Omad, Lauren Schmidt, Natalia Fonzie Brooker, Kelly Martin, Daria Burge, Emily Kelly, Sierra Laltrelli, Sierra Nickel, Sydney Pastor Poe, Harrian Wong, Allison Wolf,
Alyssa Anderson, Jordan Laird, Soshana Goldman, Emily Lushing, Shannon Fulham, Sarah Turpning, Amanda Cravo, congratulations, Sinclair Hita, Samantha Will, Alexandra Firmbach, Joy Watkis, Tread Smith, Zachary Kleebener, Victoria Pollock, Jonah Stahl, congratulations, Michael Natali, Cinnamon Beltrez, Gianni Beltrez, Isabella Falkovich, Carolyn Osip, Caitlin McFarlane, Carolyn Zenner, Hannah Johnson, Kelly Gidry, Jesse Kelly, Catherine Burba, Veronica Leva, Catherine Smith, Andrew Grell, Genesis Abara, Corey Oliver, Aubrey Flanagan, Julian Poteet, Miranda Rausch, Maria Zaldivar. Anna Baxter. Catherine Kruhulik. Ashkarat Asayed. Devon Walker. John Spranklin. Paul Dower. Timothy Matishek. Matthew Vasquez. Nina Bangalore. John Freda. Spence Scott. Kelly Wells. Lara Sussman. Congratulations. Cassandra Peretta. Kayla Scordoro. Alexandra Flowers.
Martin Bradshaw, Xavier Young Lee, Brianna Flynn, Michael Esposito, Danielle Tanna, Benjamin Martin, Ilana Rose Sugarman, Yushi Lee, Martha Zheng, Jiamin Wang, Xin Li, Gabriella Johns, Felicia Banda, William Bounds, Brandon Fonville, Jasmine Jones, Robert Hess, Gina Santillo, Thomas O'Connor, Xavier Williams, Adam Castar, Adam Corin, Casey Smith, Christopher Zalewski, Samantha Storms, Haley Pareo, Benjamin Abrams, Niala Odre, Bradley Clark, Emily Saucelli, Kimberly Donahue, Danielle Zulkowski, Sarah Javors, Jordan Miller, Ryan Wesley, Jamie Rowell, Bennett Stirrer, Luke Morey, Michael Bruzzoni, Gabriel Salzman, Ryan Connell, Krista Rosvoglu, Victoria Conway, Nicholas Faria, Michael Sinkowitz, Madison Wright, Austin Angelo, Sean Morgan, Alexander Fotiadis, Benjamin Gregory,
Harrison Grubb. Jason Abdow. Cameron Keogh. Eunice Kim. Tyler Butrica. Pauline Siebert. Maria Santana. Sam Thor. Benjamin Fletcher. Mackenzie Carroll. Ellen Boyle. Abigail Strasowski. Sarah Hanlon. Benjamin Detweiler. Brian Somer. Alexandra Licata. Erin Hickey. Joseph Fay. Sarah Kocher. Sophia Lavergne. Nicholas Kumis. Taylor Thurmond. Veronica Toon. Isabel Sade. Kaylin Loesch. Hannah Loesch. Nicole Boucher. Juliana Pierdomenico. Tyler Palo. Lara O'Rourke. Rebecca Pino. Madison Good. Huda Hayun. Ricky Glazer. Christina Shackett. Madeline Meislow. Morgan Parker. Ashley Vernola. David Odras-Dodashik. Nicole Lamana. Christina Barry. Daniel Nugent. Michaela Driscoll. Megan Podomesky. Kimberly Redka. Graduates of the School of Engineering and Applied Science. Corentin Hayner. Sarah Garcio. Juliana Caruso. Tyler Seeger. Michael Smith.
Pedro Rodriguez. Thomas Piscopio. Dionysius Cateus. Jason Leekle. Ryan Cook. Daniel Fredina. Francis Castelluccio. Nicholas Sena. Derek Hamilton. Logan Kerr. Kevin Houston. Alex Lopez. Jacob Hockendoner. Carolyn Kraus. Jonathan Riotto. Adam Hussein. Mina Anis. Gabriel Spiteri. Vincent Torba. Eduardo Grant. Blair Murray. Jeffrey Roberger. John Alleman. Giovanni Vitozzi. Abigail Tubbs. Stephanie Zafario. Aman Luthra. Vincent Browns. Travis Peng. Stella Glikos. Sydney Bocci. Timothy Chung. Mirla Sales. Benjamin Letetsky, Wilson Piguero, Mark Mogul, Max Margul, Victor Barahona, Yanisa Ania, Jade Arena, Bridget Weston, Ryan Young, Anthony Minerva, Beck Galbraith, Matthew Hirsch, Yanni Pittas, Richard Lawless, Lynn Long, Kevin McCormick, Andrew Huggins, Sarah Schneider, Lamar Duff, Catherine Ramirez, Keshan Singh, Alexis Nunez,
Nabil Abrar, Alexander Rufer, Serena Ahmed, Michael Lazarus, Nicholas Scallis, Jesse Stewart, Jordan Sanchez, Arkady Azarazian, Dominic Pisano, Cassio Daros, Glenn Lee Wu, Stephen Chung, Amanda Cohen, Diana Hess, Anthony Siu, Amber Donaldson, Zahangir Zia, Harun Kadri Begic, Hamza Boot, Kenyon Couts, Salvatore Sparacino, Chandler Day, Salvatore Macchia, Justin Archiatro, Stefan Bozic, Maxwell Jenkins, Hyoksin Lin, Sania Khan, Alice Gamarinik, Andy Lokan, Diana Monroy, William Lynn, Vincent Catone, Zach Zhang, Scott Stubbs, Stefan Duraceau, Juan Wood, Craig Metzdorf, Adam Drill. Congratulations.
Do not be frightened. Yeah, I know the program says remarks or something by me. I'm going to yield my time to the last episode of the Game of Thrones. But I want to end this ceremony with what has become a tradition at Hofstra. And I love Wolf Blitzer. He's my favorite newscaster. He stole some of this speech before I could give it. But this is a little more emphatic. So I would like to ask the platform party to stand along with all the graduates, but not the audience. Just the graduates. That's all of you. You've all graduated. Okay. So, as Wolf Blitzer mentioned, nobody does this alone, and you all owe a debt of gratitude to your loved ones who got you here. We know how important it is, and we would like to join you. If you would turn around, find your family and friends in the audience. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Graduates, if you will once again please face front. And to make your graduation ceremony complete, please move your tassels from right to left. So following the commencement, there will be a reception for graduates, guests, faculty, and members of the platform party at the David S. Mack Physical Education Complex that is adjacent to this arena. I ask that the audience remain in place until the academic procession has left the stage, and congratulations, graduates!